Hey everyone, I'm Sandy Charles and I'm joined by Zoey Rivers. She's a freshman wrestler at Casteel. Zoey, thank you so much for sharing your story. How did you get into wrestling?
So my friend Alyssa Steele, she told me about wrestling because her dad gave her a flyer about girls wrestling and how junior high season was gonna start. And I wasn't really interested in wrestling, so I missed out on the first seventh grade season. But then there was this Stampede Club wrestling after the season, and so I decided to try it out, and I just immediately loved it with all my heart.
Why do you love it with all your heart? What's the best part about it?
I really like, I guess, the family sense of it. That's one of my favorite parts of it. And all the opportunities as like a girl wrestler. And if I wrestle through college, I can get a scholarship.
You've been through a lot of loss and adversity. What hardships have you been through?
So I was taken away from my mom when I was about 8, I believe. And so I was just going through foster home after foster home. And first it was with my relatives, and then soon I ran out of relatives to go to, so I went to go with strangers. And none of them really fit. And so I kept going, and through elementary, I went to a lot of different schools, just around Arizona. And then I got to the Rivers family, and it took me about a year to realize that this is going to be my forever family. And so I got adopted after a year, I think. And then for June 2019, June 3rd, my biological mother, passed away, and it was very hard for me. And in July, my brother passed away, so a month after. So that was also very hard for me, and it's just been kind of a struggle for a long time for me. So,
There was so much heartache and loss that you've been through. How have you been able to overcome it?
with a lot of help from my adopted family and my coaches and my teammates were there for me, and they taught me a lot of lessons and just taught me not to dwell on the past.
What was that like when they told you that they were going to adopt you? What feelings went through you?
It was really much excitement towards them, and a gratefulness because I felt like I really belonged there. And most part it was uncertainty for me because I was really scared of just being taken away or losing another family. So that was just a big decision for me to should I keep looking, or do they love me as much as I love them? So, and then my final decision to agree with them, and it was just full on happiness, and felt like I got a family again.
What's your advice to anyone that's lost a loved one?
Always reach out to someone if you, especially if you feel down, because one thing I've learned is giving up can't be an option, because even if you don't believe it, there's a lot of people who love you and would be heartbroken if you left the world. And just that if you feel like you don't have anyone there, there's counselors at school who care about you, and teachers, and your family. And if you don't feel like you have a family that's really there for you, you said counselors are the best, or your close friends, just people that you feel like are there for you emotionally. Just go to them, and just remember that it's going to get better. It's not going to be like this forever. And just try not to dwell too much on the past and look toward the possibilities of the future.